Hi. It's good that you're here. Maybe at some point in your life, or perhaps right now, you've looked in the mirror of your soul and felt broken. A part of you whispered that something was fundamentally wrong. Not broken like a cast arm, but broken inside, as if a piece was missing, or as if you were different, inadequate, dysfunctional. This feeling can arise in many ways: an inexplicable sadness that follows you, an anxiety that won't let go, the lack of motivation that paralyzes you, the difficulty in connecting, or simply that inner voice that insists you're not enough. It's a heavy, lonely feeling that often makes us doubt our own worth. We compare ourselves, criticize ourselves, diminish ourselves, and deep down, the question that echoes is, what's wrong with me? It's a silent pain, but one that screams inside us, convincing us that we are the cause of all our unease. It's a perception that often isolates us and prevents us from seeking help, because we believe the problem lies in our essence, that we are, in some way, fundamentally flawed. But what if that wasn't the truth? What if that pain was, in fact, a sign, an invitation to look at things from a completely new perspective? Take a deep breath with me. What I want to tell you today may seem simple, but it's a powerful and liberating truth. You are not broken. You never were. No one is. The feeling of being broken is not a manufacturing defect of your soul. It is most of the time a symptom, a clear sign that you are disconnected. Yes, disconnected. Think of it like a loose wire, a cable that has come undone from the right place. When a light bulb doesn't turn on, it's not broken in its essence. It's disconnected from the power. The same happens to us. We disconnect from who we really are, from our values, from our body, from our intuition, from people, from nature, from our purpose. And this disconnection is what generates the pain, the anxiety, the apathy you feel. It's not a problem within you. It's a problem of connection. And the good news is that if you're disconnected, you can reconnect. This truth alleviates the weight of guilt, dispels shame, and opens space for hope. It's an invitation to stop blaming ourselves for being imperfect and to start investigating where the loose wires are, where the energy has stopped flowing. It's an invitation to curiosity, not to judgment. Let's start with the most fundamental disconnection, the one from yourself. In today's world, our mind has become a battlefield. We are bombarded with information, expectations, comparisons. And in this whirlwind, we lose the gentle voice of our intuition, our most authentic desires. We disconnect from our feelings, learning to ignore or judge them. We live in the future, worry, anxiety, or in the past, regret, guilt, rarely inhabiting the present. Our inner dialogue becomes a relentless critic, telling us what we should be, what we didn't do right, what we lack. This constant self-criticism is a wall that separates us from our own essence. We forget to ask, what do I truly feel? What do I need right now? What brings me genuine joy? We become alienated from our own bodies, treating them like machines or recipients of diets and pains, instead of a temple that gives us signals. When this internal disconnection happens, we feel lost even when we are at home, within our own skin. It's like trying to plug an appliance into the socket, but the cable is loose inside, in the main wiring of our soul. In a digitally hyper-connected world, paradoxically, we feel lonelier than ever. The second disconnection happens with others. We navigate social networks that show an edited and superficial version of reality, making us feel that everyone else is living a perfect life, except us. Conversations become brief, superficial, full of cliches. We have hundreds of friends online, but few with whom we can truly be vulnerable, cry, laugh wholeheartedly, or share our deepest fears. The fear of judgment, of being misunderstood, of rejection, leads us to wear social masks. We hide who we really are, what we think, what we feel, to fit in. This lack of authenticity in relationships creates an invisible barrier. We don't allow ourselves to be truly seen, and consequently, we can't see the other in their fullness. It's like being in a room full of people, but everyone is in their own glass bubble. We see each other, but we don't touch. We don't truly feel each other. And this is one of the deepest sources of the feeling of loneliness and of feeling broken in the world. We've achieved the diploma, the dream job, the house, the car, the trip. We've checked off all the items on the success list. But suddenly we look around and feel a strange emptiness. This is the disconnection from purpose, from meaning. We live on autopilot, following the script that society, family, or even ourselves wrote for us, without ever questioning if this is really our script. We lose the why behind our actions. We work to pay bills, not to create something that resonates with our soul. We pursue goals without knowing if they nourish our spirit. We disconnect from what gives us a sense of contribution, of passion, of something bigger than ourselves. When we don't know why we're doing what we're doing, life loses its shine, and routine becomes a burden. It's like being in a race without knowing the finish line, or worse, without knowing why you're running. This disconnection leaves us without a direction, an internal compass to guide us in our daily choices, and makes us feel like we are just existing, not truly living. In the frantic pace of modern life, we disconnect from two essential sources of peace and renewal: nature and the present moment. We spend most of our time indoors, looking at screens, and we forget the feeling of the earth beneath our feet, the wind on our face, the sun warming our skin. We lose connection with natural cycles, with the intrinsic rhythm of life. Furthermore, we live with our minds constantly jumping between the past and the future, planning, worrying, or regretting. We are rarely here and now. We don't taste our food, we don't hear the birds singing, we don't notice our breath going in and out. This absence of presence deprives us of the beauty and simplicity that are all around us all the time. Real life happens in the present, and when we are disconnected from it, we miss the only chance we have to live it fully. It's like having a movie playing nonstop, but our eyes are always looking to the side, at what's coming next, or at what has already passed, missing every precious scene. So, how do you know if you are disconnected? The signs are many and varied, and we often confuse them with being broken. Constant exhaustion, even after sleeping. Irritability for no apparent reason. A feeling of emptiness that nothing seems to fill. Apathy, that lack of interest in things that used to bring you, pleasure. The incessant search for distractions, social media, food, shopping, overworking, to avoid feeling what's underneath. Difficulty making decisions. The anxiety that tightens your chest for no clear reason. The feeling of being overwhelmed, even with few tasks. All of these are cries from your soul, whispers from your intuition saying, "Hey, something isn't connected. Come help me plug the cable back in." These signs are not a flaw in you. They are important messages, an alert system that your own being is sending so that you can redirect your energy, realign your priorities, and finally find your way back to your own inner peace. The good news is that reconnection begins with a simple but revolutionary step: kindness to yourself. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling broken, start practicing self-compassion. Say to yourself, "I'm not broken. I'm just disconnected, and that's understandable." Treat yourself with the same empathy you would give to a dear friend going through the same situation. Ask, "What do I need right now?" And listen to the answer. This can be as simple as stopping for 5 minutes to breathe deeply, drink a glass of water, Go outside to feel the sun, or turn off notifications for an hour. The important thing is to create small moments of pause and presence, where you give yourself permission to just be, without judgment. Start with small acts of care, of listening, of affection for the most important person in your life. You. This first step is like finding the end of the loose wire and holding it tenderly before you start looking for where it fits back in. Once you start being kind to yourself, you can expand that kindness to build other webs of connection. Reconnecting with yourself can involve practices like meditation, journaling, writing about your feelings, or simply spending time alone, in silence, listening to your thoughts and emotions. To reconnect with others, prioritize authentic relationships. Seek deep conversations instead of superficial ones. Allow yourself to be vulnerable with trusted people. To reconnect with purpose, start observing what gives you energy, what makes you lose track of time, what you would do even if you weren't paid. Small actions aligned with your values can ignite that flame. And for nature and the present, go outside. Feel the sun, touch the earth, observe the sky. Practice mindfulness in daily activities, savoring each moment. Remember, it's a process, not a one-time event. Each small reconnection is a step towards feeling more whole, more present, more alive. You see, you were never really broken. What happened was that life, distractions, expectations, the fast pace, loosened your cables. But the energy, the essence, your true self, oh, that has always been there, perfect and intact. Reconnection is not about fixing something that was defective, but about remembering who you are and realigning your energies so that they flow freely again. When you reconnect, anxiety diminishes, purpose becomes clearer, relationships deepen, and inner peace becomes a constant. You feel more whole, more authentic, more capable. The hero's journey, in this case, is the journey of your reconnection. It's an invitation for you not to seek healing outside, but to simply relink the wires that already exist within you. And, by doing so, you not only transform yourself, but also inspire others to find their own ways back to wholeness. You are the light. What will you do with this new connection? Think of one small connection you can make today. Leave us a comment and share what your biggest insight was. See you in the next video.